Alright guys, welcome back to another LED Growers exclusive video. We'll be going over bottled nutrients and organic nutrients and some of the ingredients that they're derived from. Alright, here I'll give you guys a sneak peek of my grow. I'm currently on organic grow. Started all with Fox Farm soil. I'm amended with some Dr. Earth all-purpose. I've just been using a bunch of organic nutrients that I'll be going over in this video. You can see my plants are healthy, lush, green. Just with the flower about 6-7 days ago. So see the nice yellow piston shooting out. I mean, she's nice flowering. Got it from a clone that seed I popped myself. So yeah, of course, I'm very excited to be flipping this and giving you guys a full journal on this one and documenting the flowering process just for you guys week by week. And feel free to check back anytime and see a weekly video. And let's get into the video. So first, let's get into the basic differences between organic and synthetic. The difference between synthetic is you're feeding the plant directly versus organic when you're feeding the soil and the organic matter in the soil and the soil nutrients it feeds the plant. As you see here, these are the 17 essential elements that every plant needs. As you see, they each have their own role and a component and a job that they do to help the plant grow. You can take time to pause this video so you can read it, but here's some pros and cons for synthetic nutrients. Some things I like is cheap and easy to find, but what I don't like is easy to overfeed and there's nutrient salt buildup. So here are some pros and cons for organic growing. Some things I do like: it enhances the flavor, it's used beneficial microbes, it's renewable, and it's less chance of overfeeding. Some things I do not like: that it's slow release, it takes longer to fix deficiencies, and it's a higher chance of getting bugs and pests. Here are some of the products I use, and I'll be going over them now. Alright guys, so let's actually take a look at a little bit what we got here. Let's start with the bottled side because that's what I started with when I first started growing. So this is the very first product I've used. This is General Hydroponics 7410. It's General Hydroponics 7410. YouTube video. There's a reason we're in my bathroom actually, and it's all gonna make sense very soon. Actually, I'll just tell you now, as you can see, these labels get really messy, and you actually to a point where you actually have to clean them off sometimes. So I keep the nutrients in the bathroom now because they are so messy. It's dark, it can stain your clothes, and it's just cool, dry place, obviously. So yeah, we're doing a video in my bathroom just to help you guys get this video. So let's take a look on what's on the back of this label right here. So a lot of times you don't get a chance to look what's on the back of the label. Okay, so let's zoom in a little bit. Let's zoom in. Yep, that's perfect. As you see, it says 7410. So nitrogen right there, nitrate. So nitrate is available nitrogen, and mononical is I don't even know if I said it correct, but that's basically slow release. I hope you guys understand slow release. You'll understand it later. I'll explain it further. So we got phosphate, of course. We got potassium, calcium, max. So this is basically a one-part solution. This is one does it all. This is really all you need. The CalMag is really not necessary. I'll go into CalMag later. So, but as you see, this is all the nutrients you need. This is the boron, sulfur, calcium, magnesium, sulfur, boron, chlorine, cobalt, copper, iron, magnesium, zinc, just everything you need. You see the ingredients is derived from it. So these are metals, salts. These are just, synthetic. You don't know where it comes from. It's synthetic. That's why it's synthetic. It's concentrated. You don't know where it comes from. But I mean, obviously, it comes from General Hydroponics, a company that's been around for a long time.
And let's go to the feed schedule. A lot of people ask me how I feed my plants for hydroponic soilless mixtures. So seedlings, early growth. As you see, it says 0.0 milliliter. So what I use to actually like scoop it out are these things right here. This is 1 milliliter, so this is how I measure out 1 milliliter at a time. Yeah, that's how I measure 1 milliliter at a time. So as you see, it says, you know, you keep in a dark, dry place. I recommend from sunlight and freezing. I recommend that as well. So we'll immediately hop into bloom 487. So as you see, just so you guys understand what's happening when you flower. When you start with the 7, that's nitrogen basically. Nitrogen base. That's growth. That's a little bit less nitrogen in this one, and then right here this goes up. That's your P. Yeah, NPK. This is the NPK ratio. Obviously, if you don't know by now, should know by now if you've been watching my videos. NPK ratio. So before the P goes up and K goes down a little bit for some reason. So I'm just going to show you guys the back of the label. You know, obviously it has a schedule right here. So boom, we have the nitrogens. As you see, it's a lot. It's dropped a lot. Phosphate, potassium, all that calcium has basically, this is a 1 part, basically it's solution itself as well. So you gotta understand, when you're using these are very strong. They're 1 part solution. It has everything you need. These are full everything you need. This is itself is a 2 part for the whole process from start to finish. Just to let you know. See, it says 1 part, 1 part. This is a 2 part from, obviously, because there's 2, you know, it's a photo period, you know, let's autofire, whatever, it doesn't matter, but it's a 2 part formula, obviously. So, but honestly, if you really needed to, you could actually use this. Honestly, if you really, just be straight up, all you really need is bloom. Like, the grow is really not necessary. I actually have a lot of this left. Like, this is like up to here. I don't really need this as much. But the bloom is like down here. Like, bloom, this is really when I was using it. This is all you really need. You really need the bloom. Because this is actually not that bad for veg a little bit too. Because, you know, you see the ratios, it's really not that bad. So, now, got into those 2. Let's get into CalMag. I mean, kind of self-explanatory. I'll just go over the label a little bit. So I'll just see this CalMag label. It actually does have nitrogen in it. A lot of people don't think it has nitrogen. So you can burn your plants using nitrogen, CalMag. Well, yeah, the nitrates from the CalMag can burn. So as you see, hydro, soil, cocoa, honestly, you be using any type of grow. I like to keep this around because, I mean, as you see, I got the big one, the quart. I like to keep this around. It's very good for, like, if there's any deficiencies, like, I know I can just fix it very quickly. So this is actually the one that's closest. This is just a regular sweetener. So I'm gonna show you the back of this as well. So it's basically, it says soluble potassium, magnesium, sulfur, you know, magnesium sulfate. Look at what it's derived from, basically the ingredients. Magnesium sulfate, molasses, and potassium sulfate. So these are my bottle nutrients. So this basically also helps feed the microbes. I like this. It's good. It helps just basically. This is really honestly towards flower. I might post a feed schedule, but this is more like leaning towards flower right there. So yeah. So now let's get into my organic nutrients. Right here, we're gonna start off with one of my favorites. This is CalMag. This is pure microbiology, fresh, alive. Like, this is alive. This is, a lot of people don't understand. Like, this is actually like alive. This is a root enhancer. I love it. Wow. Let's look at the back of the label. Let's break it down for you guys. So let's see what it says. Mycos is a natural organic species of beneficial soil fungi that create sponge-like mass and collect stores and nutrients from water, increases the uptake. So I'm gonna break that down. A lot of people are like, what does this do? It helps the plant store and collect nutrients better. Like, word for word. That's literally what it does. Store nutrients and collect nutrients better. Word for word. That's what you're doing. That's what you want. Because guess what? If your plant is drinking better and storing nutrients better, it's going to grow bigger, better. And you can actually use this in almost all types of grows. Even says rock wool and ground raised bed. You know, we're soil growers over here. So you see, you already know where we're going. You can even use it in teas. I actually kind of use it in teas as well. I'll drop it in a nutrient solution as well. I don't know if anyone else does this. If you do, comment below. Let me know. Any Mycos droppers out there? Yeah, look at that. Shot. So, look, this is alive. Right, these are rhizos, introdices, rhizophagus introdices. Like, this is alive, and it helps feed your plant. So as you see, OMRI certified. So next we have Dr. Earth Nutrients. I really love this stuff because it's the most bang for your value. Like, it gets the job done and it's cheap. Do you see how big this bag is? This is a 4-pound bag and it cost me like $10. While these bottles are like $20 each. So you have to understand, this is 4 pounds versus half a pint. You know, 463. This is basically, at first I was like, is this the right one? But look, it says tomato and vegetable and herb. Tomato, vegetable, and herb. Let's just get to the back of the label. So first, let's look what we have here. This is derived from fish bone meal, regular bone meal. Looks like feather meal, alfalfa meal, potassium sulfate, which is organic. So that's one of the ingredients in the sweetener as well, if you guys remember. You got the alfalfa meal, fish meal. Gotta have fish meal. It's very good. Kelp meal, also one of the fastest growing plants. Gotta have kelp meal. Rock phosphates, gotta have your rock phosphates. I believe that's your CalMag and the kelp flower. And then it says keep in dry place as well, out of sunlight. And this is good for the next couple of years, as you see. And it's also listed as organic and non-GMO. So let's just look at the directions real quick, what it says, like the feed schedule for this one. So say you want to make a fertilizer tea. It says you can mix 2 pounds or 5 cups. Honestly, that's a lot. Like, a lot. That's a lot. But so I usually use it in little scoops. This is, you know, you're on a much larger scale. But just understand that you just basically strain it, let it set in water. You know, just make, you can use it to make compost tea, is my point. You can use it to make a fertilizer tea, which is what I do like about it. So you see with herbs, basically says saying you can top dress. How I use this, I just top dress it in, water it in, super simple, water and go. I haven't had any, and like look at all the beneficial fungi. Look at all this, guys. Look at all that. Humic acids, leonardite. This is everything you need. This is the true all-purpose. Like, this is the real deal spiel. This is the real spiel McGill. You feel? You know the deal. You know the deal, because it's the real spiel. Yeah. All right, guys, let's get into insecticides, you know, because, you know, no one wants a little bug problem. As you see, I also use Dr. Earth OMRI. This is 100% organic. Kills basically all types of bugs. It's for your garden. It's actually for outdoors too. That's why I really like it. It actually has this hose. It actually has this hose, this nozzle that, you know, you can use to tie it to a hose. But let's just get into the back of the label, because that's That's what you guys are here for. You guys are here for the back of the label. So let's look at the active ingredients. The whole point of this video is to look at the active ingredients: rosemary, sesame, peppermint oil, thyme, cinnamon, garlic. So and apparently, bugs ate these things. So good, because it doesn't hurt me, it doesn't hurt my dog. So, but I'll let you guys know this stuff, it does stink. Like this stuff, it stank. This stuff stank. So be prepared. If you're going to use this indoors, be prepared for your house to stink for the next day, because that's what I realize every time I spray it. So that's what I do. IPM about once a week with this, because it is strong and it does hurt seedlings too. So you have to be very, very careful when using this around seedlings. I actually burn my plant, so I learned my lesson. So be careful using this around seedlings, especially like younger than 2-3 weeks, because they will burn from this. So if you don't know, this can also burn your plants because it's still very, very strong for seedlings. But plants and veg shall be completely fine. So you don't have to worry about like, older plants, or like mother plants and stuff like that. Mother plants will be completely fine, just to let you guys know. All right, so now we have a very popular product. A lot of people are familiar with it. This is Gaia Green 284. I did buy into the hype. I'm like, I gotta see what it's about. One of my favorite YouTube growers, Mr. Canucks Grow, he uses this product. So that's the #1 reason. I was like, you know what, it works for him. It'll probably work for me too. It's proven to, test results. However, as you see, let's get into the back of this label. It is made in Canada, so it is very, because of taxes, tariffs, it is very pricey. So let's just get into the basic ingredients of Gaia Green. So Gaia Green, this is Spanish. You guys speak Spanish? So Gaia Green has some, obviously it's organic. We already went over that. And let's just get into the ingredients. It has phosphate, fish bone, sulfate, potassium sulfate, basically, insect frass, catwell, let's see, kelp meal, gypsum, soy protein, hydrosalate, and greens and green said. I don't know if I said that right. I also got some humic acids, some other non-plant, stuff as well. What did I say? I said inert non-plant food ingredient is what I meant to say. The product contains humic acids, which may end the uptake of micronutrients, which is good. That's the purpose of it. We want it to drink the nutrients, guys. All right, so let's break down. Now that we know what's in it, it's gonna make more sense, because it always makes more sense once you know what's in it. You gotta know what's in it, especially if you're gonna grow. That's the whole point. So as you see, it's high in phosphate fertilizer, specifically formulated with profit for flowering. So obviously, guys, we know what's in it. We know what it does. It helps flower. We're all, pretty adept here. So my point is, I'm just giving you my take and my review on it. It's basically what you guys need. My review on it, I would say, so what makes Gaia Green, let's just get straight up. So what makes Gaia Green special is, all right, so what makes Gaia Green special is that you can, obviously, they sell all these ingredients separately, but they don't sell the secret recipe of like the actual measurements that it takes. So I've did a lot of research on them, their company, their ethics. They source it from all over. So it is sourced from all over. It's not sourced locally, just to let you know. Also, like I said, you can buy all these ingredients separately from them as well, but it is pricey. So my key takeaway is learn what's in these and then learn what works for you. But obviously, if you know the right measurements, you can get a nice formula. So that's my biggest takeaway from Gaia Green. A lot of guys in the Discord server, they always say, look, you should build your own soil, build your own organics, source everything. Sometimes you can. It just depends what type of budget you're on. Me personally, I like buying pre-mixed items. That is my personal opinion. I'd rather buy something that's pre-mixed, that's already been proven to work and all the measurements, instead of finding out for myself. So I do like this product. It works super simple. I'll probably continue to keep buying this product, and also as well as the other organic products that you see here. we're just going to jump into Clonex as well, since we're right here. We're not sponsored by Clonex or anything like that, but you can find it. This, this is made for growers by growers. It's one of those products. You can let's just see what's in it. It's indole butyric acid. So that's the active ingredient. If you want to look that up, we'll see if we can look that up. I don't know. Let's see. But we got the Clonex. Then of course we got fish shit, which is super simple. OMRI. You see they're in Massachusetts. You can email them. This is a free sample I got from a hydroponics store. So apparently it increases yield, terpene, and oil production, and helps nutrient uptake. You shake it up. I've been using it. I don't know. I really haven't seen a difference yet. We'll see on this next grow. I think you have to really get a lot of it for it to really work, but it doesn't really show what's, obviously, I guess we already know what's in it if it's called fish shit. But as you see, it doesn't have any ingredients, which means there's only one ingredient, which is probably like they have a bunch of fish tanks and they just probably like scoop up shit all day and then make money on it. I mean, it's probably good fish shit, but you can probably source that locally as well instead of buying this. All right, see you later.
Thanks for watching. Please make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share with your friends. See you next time.